Hello, welcome. My name is Gladys. I'm your pattern drafting teacher. This video shows the sewing instruction of the plain shirt for a small child. This is the fabric for the project. It's about 1 yard, 36 inches width by 45 inches length. Put the fabric on fold, place the back pattern on it, secure with pins. Map out the width of the pattern on the fabric. Go ahead and add seam allowances. 1 inch on the hem, 1.5 inch on the neckline, shoulders, armhole, and side seam. After this, it is safe to cut it out. Here, I'll simply go ahead and cut it out after adding the sewing allowances. Now, I'll set this aside and cut the front pattern. Place the fabric on fold again. This time around, place the front pattern on it, leaving about 1.5 inches allowance beyond the button wrap at the center front. Secure with pins, map out the pattern on the fabric, add sewing allowances, same as back except for the button wrap. Add 1.5 inches for the button wrap as cut together facing. This will serve as facing for the button wrap. Once you are done with the allowances, you can also go ahead and cut it out. Here I'm simply cutting out the front pattern on fabric. After cutting it out, I'll set this aside too and also cut out the sleeve and the collar. Before removing the pattern from the fabric, notch the center front to identify the end of the button wrap. After this, set this aside and go ahead to cut the rest of the pattern. To cut the two sleeves at once, put the fabric on fold, place the sleeve pattern on it, add seam allowances on the hem, on the other arm seam and on the crown and cut it out. After this, place the collar pattern on fabric as well. This time around, you will be cutting 2 pieces of the collar pattern. Add sewing allowances, 1/4 each is just enough, and cut it out. Here I have the sleeve, the collar and all the pattern pieces cut on fabric already. Cut a tiny piece of a fusible interfacing of the same length and apply on the button wrap facing with a pressing iron. Double fold the facing to align with the button wrap. Press again in place. Take to the sewing machine and sew. Here you are going to repeat the same on both the left and right fabric pieces. After sewing, you have this. Bring the back and front fabric pieces, align on the shoulders and side seams. Take to the sewing machine and sew. Now, after sewing, this is what it looks like. Keep the shirt aside and work on the sleeves. Cut a tiny piece of fusible interfacing attached to the sleeve hem. Take to the ironing table and press on the sewing allowance. Note, this is not compulsory. It adds neatness to the sewing. After sewing, it should look like this. Place the sleeve on fold. Mark the sleeve width. Head to the sewing machine and sew the other arm seam. You could actually sew the sleeve other arm seam before folding the hem. Whichever you choose is fine. The sleeves are now ready. Head straight to the sewing machine and sew. Next, the collar. Attach fusible interfacing of both collar pieces. Just to be sure, place the pattern back and mark the sewing allowances. Once you are through with the sewing allowances, take to the sewing machine and sew. And after sewing, ensure not to sew on 1/2 inch towards the end. That's where the collar will be attached to the shirt. Take to the ironing table and give it a good press. Notch round, trim the pointed edges, turn the inside out and press again. It is time to attach the collar on the neckline. Place the collar on fold, notch on the center back. Mark the center back of the shirt as well. Open up one piece of the collar, pin it round the neckline. After pinning, take to the sewing machine and sew. Tuck the sewing allowances, fold in the other edge and sew to cover up the raw edges. After sewing, the collar looks just like this, neat and clean. Take to the weaving machine, weave the hem and the inner raw edges. Fold in the hem once and give it a neat finishing. Mark and open the buttonholes. Go ahead and fix the buttons. And here you have a complete shirt. If you enjoyed this tutorial, let me know in the comment. Subscribe to this channel if you have not done so. Follow for more pattern drafting sewing tutorials, and bye for now.